Namaste. You are listening to The Attitude of Destiny, written by Bond and narrated by Mitali Pirangute. Chapter 1, 1960 to 1970, Bombay to Kerala. In India, this decade marks the beginning of the Green Revolution, started in Punjab, and the formation of the state Maharashtra on the 1st of May 1960. In fashion world, globally, 1960s marked an era of numerous trends. The mini skirt revolutionized the fashion for women, and the go-go boots were in style, overall known as baby doll dresses. The fashion icons of the West were Jacqueline Kennedy and Sophia Loren, and for the men it was Sean Connery, who was the protagonist in James Bond movies. Subsequently, it took over the elite classes of the East as well. In the world of music, the jazz culture was moving towards rock and roll, and pop culture resulted in the rise of many bands like the Beatles. It was Monday morning, and as usual, Deepu was too lazy to wake up. He could feel his mom trying to wake him up for long. Suddenly, his dad yells at him and he gets out of his bed. Deepu, his brother and sister, all three were very much scared of their dad. His dad was working at Voltas in Bombay. Few years back, his dad's brother Ratnam had migrated to Bombay, a city of dreams and opportunities, in search of greener pastures. Bombay is a peninsula which was a culmination of 7 islands: Mahim, Parel, Worli, Mazgaon, Bombay, Colaba, and Little Colaba. The oldest inhabitants were the fishing community known as Coolies. During the freedom struggle, Bombay was an important place for satyagrahas and freedom movements. Currently, it is named as Mumbai. Later on, Deepu's dad also joined his brother Ratnam. According to those days' standard, Deepu's dad was highly qualified and brought up in a military discipline, and that was quite evident in his appearance and attitude. His mom was almost the opposite of his dad. She was a homemaker, very loving and caring, like any other mom. Deepu and his brother Dilip was put in the same school. Dilip was extremely naughty and boisterous. Every day the teachers had a list of complaints about him. He was smacked almost every day, both by teachers and by his dad at home. Deepu too was mischievous, but he knew the limits, and too clever, so was hardly caught. Deepu's Periyappa, father's elder brother, and Periyamma were staying in Chembur. They have 4 children: Amit, Sachin, Sona, and Sagar. His Athai, father's elder sister, and Mama were staying in Bandra, so lovingly called him as Bandra Mama. They had 2 children, Sharad and Amla. All the 3 families had to take the hard way to survive in Bombay. Even though his Periyappa and Mama were in the high-income group, still they had to cope up with sociological issues because Bombay life was still in the colonial hangover. Since all of them were very close to each other, invariably, they used to meet up during weekends either in Chembur or in Bandra and had a hilarious time. Deepu, along with his brother and sister, used to have a jolly good time with his cousins Amit, Amla, Sachin, Sharad, Sona and Sagar. Amit, Deepu and Amla were in the same age group, so they had a special intimacy. Those days, watching movies in theatres were the only entertainment outside, so maximum time they all were indoors. Anyways, Deepu's childhood went off well, filled with absolute fun and frolic. 1963, November 22nd, the world is shocked by the tragic death of American President John F. Kennedy. He was assassinated at Dallas, in Texas. Kennedy was the 35th President of America. Lee Harvey Oswald was the assassin, who was later on shot dead. Finally, the time came for Deepu to bid farewell to his parents, brother, sister, and cousins, and he left for the boarding school at Chaganassery in Kottayam district, Kerala. Kottayam is flanked by the Western Ghats on the east and the Vembanad Lake and paddy fields of Kuttanad on the west. It is famous for its rubber plantations, and it has a considerable contribution to print media and literature as well. Kottayam is being referred to be a land of 3 L's, that is, letters, lakes, and latex. The school was known as Sacred Heart English Medium High School. It was run by a Christian missionary, so all the administration and many of the teachers were priests. Indeed, it was a doomsday in Deepu's life while entering the boarding school. New atmosphere, new language, new students, strange people in strange attire, and new rules and regulations, etc. Even the food served over there was not to his taste or liking. Initially, he used to skip the dinner, which was worst to his taste. However, gradually he started eating because he couldn't sleep hungry anymore. Many a times, Deepu used to sit alone for hours and hours, reminiscing the sweet memories of his recent past. Later on, loneliness became his full-time companion. However, in due course, he started adapting to the new environment. Eventually, his personality traits like endurance, flexibility, tenacity, patience, etc. started developing. Thereafter, he has never cried or laughed to his heart's content. Because sadness and happiness didn't have much of a difference, as all emotions were absolutely insignificant to him. Especially during the twilight hour or when the clouds passing in the sky, he felt that the clouds were carrying his message to his parents, somewhat similar to the narration in Kalidasa's famous book, Megha Sandesam. The gloomy atmosphere can put anyone into deep sorrow, and you may miss your dear ones. Deepu was no exception. Even he had the same feelings. He felt as if he is in a lost horizon. One evening, while sitting and gazing the grey clouds, he was distracted by a grey cat, which was crossing the grey fence, and later on, it became his pet and first companion, Pussy. As days passed by, he got accustomed to the life of the boarding school and had quite a lot of friends who had come from different parts of Kerala. Many of them had the same feelings and issues. However, in the case of other students, they could meet up their parents or relatives during weekends and exchange their feeling and emotions. Subsequently, Deepu got one more companion, a brown dog known as Brownie. After a long time, Deepu came to know that his brother Dilip was also put in a boarding school in Trivandrum. Since he being in second standard, he had gone through much more mental agony than Deepu. However, he was pulled out after an year and was back home with his parents. Many a times Deepu used to have sleepless nights because Brownie the dog quite often shares his bed. He used to sit beside his bed, helplessly waiting till dawn for the dog to wake up. He didn't even know whom to complain, but in that age itself, he had the maturity to understand that there is no point in complaining. However, in the case of other students, They used to take up their issues with their parents or relatives who visit them weekly, and in turn, they were pacified. Since Deepu's parents were too far, they could meet him only once in a year during his summer vacations. However, he had an Athai, father's younger sister, and Mama as his local guardian. They visit him once in 3 months, and he used to spend his short vacations at their home, who were very loving and caring. They had a son known as Vishwa, who was very much fond of Deepu because he was all alone. However, after a very long gap, Vishwa got a cute sister, Lekha. In fact, those short vacations were a great solace to him. Few months later, as Deepu was getting adjusted with the boarding school life, one day, during the night, a worst thing happened which he couldn't have imagined in his wildest dreams, and at times, this haunts him even today. One of the priests, who was a warden, came near to him, awoke him, and took him to his room, and lovingly hugged him and inappropriately touched his private parts, trying to sexually abuse him. The poor boy was not even aware of such a heinous matter. Anyways, Deepu realized that it's something unnatural, so he spontaneously resisted and ran off immediately to his bed. It's so shocking and unbelievable that these priests preach the whole day about the Bible, Jesus, heaven, etc., and about all virtues of life. But as night falls, some of them take the devil's path. Of course, this incident has nothing to do with Christianity. It's just one of an incident. So for one man's fault, we can't blame the entire religion or community. Besides, Jesus Christ is one of the greatest saints who has taught us many lessons about love and sacrifice. The next day, he wanted to narrate this incident to some of his close friends, but he was too shy to open up this topic. Finally, with embarrassment, he explained this incident to his very close pals. But he was shocked to know that almost all newcomers had been their victims, and this was a regular affair going on behind the darkness of the night. Those days, many of the Catholic priests were following celibacy, so homosexuality was quite prevalent in them across the globe. There had been lots of hue and cry in Western media about similar incidents. Later on, it's understood that their highest authority, the Pope, had given them the liberty to marry if one desires. Thereafter, what happened no one knows, but by God's grace, neither Deepu nor his friends never experienced any such incidents. Probably the authorities might have taken some action, or maybe some newcomers might be silently suffering. In the middle of so many horrifying issues, Deepu could maintain his positive attitude by sidelining the issues and focusing on his studies and play. One great thing to appreciate in the boarding school, or rather Deepu's attraction, was its huge playground, which was quite away from the school campus. In fact, they had to cross the railway tracks and go to the playground. Playing was also given an equal importance. Even the teachers and the administrative staff would mix up with students and play every day. In this context, it's worth mentioning about a secret game played by Deepu and his close friend Ajay. This speaks volumes about his nature. Both the boys were so adventurous, or rather of risk-taking nature. In fact, Ajay was a recipient of Bravery Award from the President of India. Every day, while going to the playground, Deepu and his friend Ajay used to play in the railway tracks. Basically, it's a deadly game to test one's courage. When the train comes closer, you need to jump and cross over. And whoever jumps the track when the train is closer is the winner. Just imagining such a game is so terrifying and suicidal. It was almost like challenging destiny. Here, destiny has shown its positive attitude and these boys were taken care of. This dangerous game went on for months and months, and finally, one day the authorities came to know about it, and both the boys were smacked and subject to severe punishment. The game got over forever. As days passed by, Deepu and his friends became more and more familiar to the boarding school atmosphere, and the initial teething problems were either sorted out or got adjusted to it. Besides, in studies he got good grades, except for mathematics and Malayalam. Since Deepu's mother tongue was Tamil, he had a tough time to catch up Malayalam. However, in due course, he picked up the same in speaking, reading, and in writing as well. Finally, they came to the end of the academic year, the summer vacation, which Deepu and his friends were longing. Unlike other children, Deepu was much more anxious because he was going to meet his parents, brother, and sister after a long period of 1 year. March was the most exciting month for many students as the countdown starts for the summer vacation. It's time to meet up with their loved ones. But for Deepu, it's more special. More than excitement, he was eagerly waiting for the moment to leash out his emotions of love, affection, and excitement, which was under control since long time. Since Deepu's parents were in Bombay, his meeting place with them were in his grandma's house in Trivandrum, the capital city of Kerala state. In fact, Deepu was born here. The history of Trivandrum dates back to the 10th century. The city occupies a prominent place in ancient tradition, folklores, and literature of the state. In 1795, it was the capital city of the princely state of Travancore, known as Thiruvananthapuram, which derives from the name of the presiding deity of the Padmanabh Swami temple in the city. It is believed that the ships of King Solomon landed in a port called Ophir, the present Povar, in 1036 BC. Deepu's grandma was born and brought up in this princely state and in an aristocratic milieu. She was staying in her own family house along with her eldest son and daughter-in-law, Deepu's mama and Athai. His mama and Athai had two daughters, Jaya and Valsa. They both were too timid, as most of the girls of that time. Just few meters away, his Periyamma, mother's elder sister, lived. His Periyamma and Periyappa had 5 children: Mohan, Ashok, Viji, Rimi, and Mani. Viji and Rimi, both the sisters, were extremely beautiful. Deepu, his brother, sister, along with his cousins, had a great time during the summer vacation. All his cousins were so loving to him and had a pleasant time. Since Mohan, Ashok, Viji, and Rimi were elder to Deepu, they were in a different wavelength. Mohan and Ashok were too crazy with movies, so Deepu also could enjoy lot of movies. When Deepu's mom, dad, brother and sister arrived, it was a big emotional reunion, which is hard to express by words. Anyways, those days were the memorable days of his life. Their favorite outings were movies, zoo, museum, temples, and the beautiful beaches of Trivandrum. Deepu's paternal grandma was living in Pallom, a sleepy village nearly 50 kilometers away from Trivandrum. Pallom, a beautiful village surrounded by paddy fields and mountains, an ideal place for vacation, especially who has come from cities. Every day, you're woken up by the chirping of different birds, nature at its best. The village Pallom is in Kanyakumari district in the southernmost part of India. Kanyakumari derives its name from the goddess Kanyakumari, the virgin form of goddess Parvati, who is the presiding deity of the area. Kanyakumari is a popular tourist destination. The Kanyakumari beach is very special because it is a union of three oceans: the Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal, and the Indian Ocean, and it is famous for its sunrise and sunset. During the British rule, it was known as Cape Comorin. Normally, after spending a month in Trivandrum, Deepu and his parents go to his grandma's house in Pallom. There, his grandma lived with her two daughters, his dad's two sisters. One of his Athai had two daughters, Lalita and Reema, and the other Athai had three children, Savitri, Menaka, and Katti. Deepu, along with his brother, sister, and all five cousins, used to freak out the whole day. Those days, they had no reason to be indoors because no one had neither TV nor a mobile phone or any electronic gadgets. As soon as the sun rises, they come out and play like crazy till they are absolutely exhausted or till any of their parents start screaming. His mama was the only person who had a car in the entire village. They used to go for long drive to the nearby beaches and temples, quite often and occasionally to Cape Comorin. 2 months of time just vanished, and the final day came for Deepu to bid adieu to his parents, brother, sister, uncle, auntie, and to his cousins. An emotional affair. It took almost a month for Deepu to emotionally settle down at the boarding school in the new academic year. All his friends had the same state of mind. Unlike the previous year, Deepu was able to adjust to the environment quite fast because now his teachers, warden, and friends were quite acquainted and friendly with him. As usual, life in the boarding school was going on. Get up early morning, breakfast, school, playground, bath, study, dinner, and then sleep. And the same cycle goes on. However, the students like Deepu will be awaiting for the next short vacation. Once in a year, the students were very fortunate to watch movies in theatres taken by the school authorities. It will be either a children's movie or any religious movie. 2 English movies which Deepu reminisces is The Bible and The Sound of Music. Deepu still remembers the musical notes. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Like our 7 notes of Carnatic music. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni. Besides, they have school excursions conducted every year to different places, which include beaches, hill stations, wildlife sanctuaries, etc. Once, the students and teachers had been to an excursion to Alleppey, a picturesque coastal town in Kerala. Alleppey is renowned for its tranquil beaches, blue lagoons, and houseboat cruises. It's been nicknamed as the Venice of the East. They all had a hilarious time in the beach. Some were playing in the shore, and some senior students, along with the teachers, ventured for short swimming. After a few hours, they decided to retreat from the beach because they had other places to visit in their itinerary. While boarding the bus, the teachers realized that 2 of the students, Deepu and Ajay, were missing. Few of them ran back to the seashore in panic. There they witnessed a scene that got the shock of their life. Deepu was dragged into the deep sea by a mighty wave, at least 100 meters inside. His friend Ajay was screaming for help. For a few seconds, the teachers might have imagined the worst. But here destiny, had some better plans for Deepu. So he was brought back to the shore by another wave, and the teachers pulled him out. Instantly, due to deep anguish, the teachers smacked the boys and they were subject to severe punishment. Both the boys were canned till their anger subsided. This incident is one which will never fade from Deepu's memory. During the middle of the second term, a priest had come from USA, a teacher as well. Like many other children, Deepu was also fascinated to hear the English accent of the priest. Though Indian born, he was fully brought up in America. Besides, the priest had introduced the game baseball, a popular game in the United States of America. Unlike in cricket, the bat used here is round in shape and the balls are lighter in weight. Besides, the number of players are only 9. Here the boys were very much enthusiastic to learn the game, and subsequently they all started playing baseball every day. Deepu, along with other teachers and boys, enjoyed learning and playing the new game. Gradually, our other regular games were left behind. Besides, we all were little proud to play this game since it was never played in any of the schools in that part of the country. Once we enter the final term, then studies are on priority. Rest everything will be secondary because the school has maintained their merit since beginning. Every year, for SSLC, it has achieved 100% pass. More than the pressure of the final exams, Deepu will be anxiously waiting for the summer vacations to meet up his parents, brother, sister, cousins, and all dear ones. The same cycle was repeated 2 more years. Long awaited summer vacations, new academic year, followed by the monsoons, short vacations, midterm exams. Life was like a roller coaster ride, emotional ups and downs, joy and sorrow, etc. Finally, Deepu's boarding school life came to an end after his 8th grade final exams. Deepu bid goodbye to his boarding school and was ecstatic to join his parents, brother and sister. However, he was little dejected to leave his friends, favorite teachers and of course his pets, Pussy and Brownie. However, his pleasure was much more than his sorrow. 1969, July 20th, was an historical day for entire mankind. Neil Armstrong steps into the moon, followed by Buzz Aldrin after 19 minutes to be precise. It's an indelible mark on the canvas of human achievement, which was marked in the history books for generations to come. The Space Shuttle Apollo 11 was launched by NASA from Kennedy Space Center in Florida during the presidency of Richard Nixon.